Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football. And as you can see on my screen, Fabrizio Romano has given a Varane. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said a lot about Varane to Manchester United and pretty much confirmed their deal is done. Their deal is happening. So slap that like button, subscribe down below. Share this video and let's get into what has been said. What's the latest on Varane? When will the announcement be? How much does it cost? And all of that. Well, Fabrizio Romano said Raphaël Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. He said agreement almost done between Manchester United and Real Madrid. Just in final details, then to be completed, then paperwork. It's a matter of hours or days. Here we go. Varane has a total agreement on personal terms too. So Fabrizio Romano, a tier one journalist, has confirmed Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. Romano says, here we go, when a deal is going to happen. And he's saying this deal has happened. The final stuff needs to be agreed in the next couple of hours/days. But within the next few days, Man United are going to announce Varane as a player. Like, the deal is basically done. He just needs to do his medical. He needs to sign a few papers. Boom, boom, it's done. It'll probably be announced by United in the next few days. But Fabrizio Romano has dropped a here we go, Varane to Manchester United, deal done. I know everyone been waiting for me to go live, but this is big, big news. I'm going to talk about everything that's said regarding Raphaël Varane to Manchester United. So any questions for me, of course, do pop them down below in the live chat. But as you can see on my screen, that was one of the main things that Romano said. Fabrizio Romano also said reasons why Varane is leaving Real Madrid for Manchester United. He liked the prospect of playing in a Premier League for a top European club like United, which is special to him. And he also liked the prospect of playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was pushing every day for him. Apparently, according to Romano, Varane was a big fan of the idea of playing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, a lot of you guys would probably be a little bit shocked by that, but that was also something that Fabrizio Romano said. But let me zoom in on that tweet. That's the tweet. That's the here we go, as everyone's saying. Camavinga or Declan Rice next. There's a lot of news about Manchester United looking for a midfielder now this deal is done, and I will discuss that in a minute. But let's just take it in. Let's just sink it in. We have had a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, and yes, it was cheaper than Ben White. Varane is cheaper than Ben White. So yeah, cheers to everybody tuning in. Declan says, Alice, who else do you think we're going to get in? I think, we've got Sancho done and we've got Varane done by the end of July. Varane and Sancho deals are done by the end of July. So we have the whole of August to focus on that second right back or that midfielder that we want, which I think is really, really good that this Varane deal was done because it gives us the whole of August to also focus on that deal. A lot of stories coming in about Varane to Manchester United and all that. There are hopes that Varane will undergo his medical and move to Manchester United on Wednesday. We have the Brentford game on Wednesday, so Varane will not be involved in the Brentford pre-season game, but he could be involved in the following pre-season game against Preston North End after Brentford as well. And it's believed that Varane will undergo his Manchester United medical on Wednesday, which is 48 hours away. That's another story coming in. And Varane to Manchester United is a here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano said an agreement is also done. It's almost done between Manchester United and Real Madrid. Just final details remain to be completed. Then it's paperwork. It's just a matter of hours/days. Varane has a total agreement on personal terms too. So that is the big breaking news from Romano. And personal terms are likely to be agreed by the end of the week, is what people are saying. Mohamed Wasfini, very, very reliable journalist, also said that Real Madrid and Manchester United are finalising the final details for the transfer of Raphaël Varane. The agreement should be found in the next few hours. But we've got our here we go. We've got the tier one journalist saying it's done. All the Real Madrid fans are saying their bye-byes to Varane. He's left you. He's coming to United. Varane is a red. So, you have to say, like, this here we go from Fabrizio Romano is a fucking mad one. He's nearly got over 100,000 likes in 15 minutes on his here we go, because we are the biggest team. Varane wanted the Premier League, and Varane did want to play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. For the people saying Ole has no pull, Romano literally said Varane likes the idea of playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So, you know what? Fair play, Ole. You've got a bit more pull than fucking Arteta has, because he can get Ben White for 50 million, and we can get Varane for 40 million. So, what can I say? But yeah, everybody hit that like button for Varane joining Manchester United. I'm going to give my thoughts on this signing. Of course, there was a rumour that we were going for Jules Koundé from the Mail, but we have signed Raphaël Varane. Now, Varane, for the last 5 or 6 seasons, had pretty much played over 3,000 minutes for the last 5 or 6 seasons. So rumours that Varane has a poor injury record are not true. Varane has a good injury record, by the way. Varane has played 384 career games. He's played 31,000 minutes of football in his career, and he scored a total of 19 goals and got 7 assists. He's only ever got 1 red card in his whole career. He's played 363 games as a centre-back, 13 games as a defensive midfielder, and he's even played 6 games as a right back, but he is an out-and-out centre-back. He's played 360 games for Real Madrid. He got 17 goals and 7 assists. So Raphaël Varane is an absolute mad player. Obviously, he's won 3 Champions Leagues. Obviously, he's won a World Cup. He is 28 years of age, so we're definitely going to get another 2 to 4 years out of him. I think, about 4 years out of him. He's still a quick player. He's still a top player and all of that. Varane last season played a total of 47 games, 3,693 minutes, so basically 3,007 minutes. Also got 2 goals. He got 5 yellow cards last season, which is a decent amount, and all of that. He has a 90% pass success ratio. He's very good from passing out the back, and he wins on average 2.2 aerial duels per game, which is a better output than Lindelof, but that's not hard. In terms of Varane's defensive stats, he makes about a tackle per game. He makes just over an interception per game, and he only gives away 0.5 fouls per game, so a foul every other game. Very, very rarely offside. He makes about 3.6 clearances per game. He makes just under a dribble per game, and he also makes a block every other game, and he only averages 1 own goal in the total of last season. So defensively, Varane is a very, very good player, and even if you look at his passing stats, he's got a pretty good pass accuracy. And I feel like the passing from Manchester United out the back, when we play Man United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer likes Man United to play out from the back, and I swear to God, we shitted it. But Varane has experience in that sense. So he's a very, very experienced player and a very, very good signing. Now get a midfielder and it'll be at a 10 out of 10 window. I agree. Is a CDM next? We will talk about that. We will talk about the other transfer news, but I believe a CDM is rumoured to be next. So hopefully that is the case. And all of that. It's a matter of days till we see the official Varane announcement from Manchester United. FABRIZIO Romano said it's a matter of days until Manchester United announce Varane. Stretty News, Dale O'Donnell says there are hopes Raphaël Varane will undergo his medical on Wednesday. FABRIZIO Romano also said many clubs wanted Varane, but he was buzzing to join Manchester United. The club is something special for him, and apparently Varane only wanted to play for Manchester United. No one else, according to FABRIZIO Romano. Romano says Varane also wanted to join Manchester United because of Solskjaer, the Premier League, and playing for a top European club. And the fee for Varane will be about 50 million euros, which is about 40 to 45 million pounds. We're still waiting for confirmation on the fee and what his wages will be, but we have got, here we go for Varane. Jan, a very reliable journalist, said, Varane, what an amazing transfer it's been for Manchester United so far. Obviously, Varane and Sancho in before the end of July. The deal is done. The deal's not close. The deal is done. So for everybody joining the live stream, the Varane to Manchester United deal is done. Man United will officially announce the deal is done probably in the next 48 hours. The 50 million euros for Varane does not link to Mbappe, so Real Madrid fans are very, very upset, but it will be a 50 million euro price for Varane. I got 45 million euros. It's now being quoted at 50 million euros, but the deal is done. Raphaël Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. Like, it is done. It's going to happen. Official announcement soon. So nothing to worry about. Mohamed Basfani, very, very reliable journalist who confirmed an agreement yesterday that I talked about on my channel, said Real Madrid and Manchester United are finalising an agreement. The final agreement should be found in the next few hours. So that is news coming in from him. So please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video and all of that. Romano said Varane will have to quarantine before his medical, which will be annoying if that is the case. And this guy says, Ollie is smart. He knew Van der Beek was not going to perform last season. He might break through. Interesting comment there. This guy says Rooney's a bell end on another topic. Milord says, hell yeah. Joe Paul says the deal isn't done. The deal is happening. Like, okay, the deal is not officially done, but when FABRIZIO Romano says, here we go, the deal will happen. He has to do his medical and agree some papers, but it's basically done. So there's like Varane is joining Manchester United this summer. Romano said, here we go. Obviously he's got to have his medical and announcement, but this time last week, Man United had not announced Jadon Sancho, but this time last week, we knew Jadon Sancho was joining Manchester United. It is the same situation for Varane. Man United haven't announced it yet, but we know Varane is joining Man United because Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. So that is the situation. Like, this, here we go, means the deal is happening, okay? It's like, you know, yes, we took ages to announce Jadon Sancho, but we all knew the deal was happening for Jadon Sancho for weeks and weeks and weeks. And obviously, Romano confirmed Jadon Sancho deal was done 3 weeks before Manchester United officially announced it. And Man United, Romano's confirming this Varane deal was done. Varane will join Manchester United. We're obviously just waiting for that announcement and all of that. So the deal is done. Like, there's nothing to worry about anymore. Raphaël Varane in his career for Real Madrid won 4 Champions League, 4 FIFA Club World Cups, 3 Spanish Super Cups, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 3 La Ligas, a Copa del Rey, as well as obviously the World Cup. That is all fucking Varane has won. You know, he's not won a lot, has he? He's not won a lot, but here we go. It's absolutely incredible. Like, I am absolutely buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. Honestly, guys, I am so buzzing that we've finally gone and signed Raphaël Varane. For me, it is just a massive, massive, massive signing. It's such a big signing, and I'm going to get this up on my screen here, but this is everything he has won, guys. Like, this is what Varane has won. You know, Arsenal playing more for Ben White, that's England's 5th choice centre-back, while we are getting Varane for this. This is what Varane brings us. You know, are we title challengers now? Possibly. I still think if we really want to go all the way and become title challengers, we do need a centre-back. But I definitely think we could be title challengers now we have Varane. But I do think we are a centre-back away from becoming title challengers. But that is a very, very good point. We have signed both Jadon Sancho and Raphaël Varane for a combined fee of 115 million. You know, 115 million, by the way, guys. 115 million. The Varane deal is done. As you can see, this journalist, Mohamed Vassini, said Real Madrid and Manchester United are finalising the final details for Raphaël Varane. Final agreement expected to be reached in the next few hours. But the deal is done, basically. And this is what the guy has won. Like, this is what the guy has won. It's absolutely insane. Guys, we are 73 likes away from 100 likes. I don't know how we are not on 100 likes. We've just signed fucking Varane. Hit that like button. Like, there's no reason not to hit that like button. We are so close to Varane. And Varane and Maguire looks like a solid centre-back partnership. Varane and Maguire will be a fucking solid centre-back partnership. Varane is a bigger player than any other player in the Premier League. In terms of what he's won, then yeah. Like, if you look at, Varane has won more trophies than anyone in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure. Like, is there anyone in the Premier League right now that's won more trophies than Varane? Or more relevant trophies? Because yes, Man City won 4 Carabao Cups, but no one gives a shit about the Carabao Cup. Like, it's World Cup, 4 Champions League, 3 La Ligas. Like, you can't have a better CV than Raphaël Varane. You physically can't, and he's 28. He's the same age as Maguire, his experience. And I tell you what, Varane is good at set pieces. And what are Man United shit at? Set pieces. Maguire, Varane, now defending set pieces. Man United have set piece coaching. We conceded more set piece goals than any other team last season, apart from Leeds. Leeds was the only team in the Premier League that conceded more set-piece goals than Manchester United. We've signed a set-piece coach. We poached Chelsea's set-piece coach. And we've got Varane, who, again, is very good at defending set-pieces. Varane will be replacing Lindelof. We've got a set-piece coach. And so defensively, he's not just going to improve our backline, but the set-pieces should improve. And a set-piece is literally... We lost about 9 points because of set pieces last season. We lost about 9 points. I remember that we lost 2 points to Everton. We lost 2 points to Leicester. Off the top of my head, we lost about 9 points to set pieces last season. We've had 9 more points. We'd only be 3 or 4 points off winning the title. Varane can literally get you 9 more points next season, as well as a set piece coach, because like this guy is a set piece specialist as well. Any developments on Pogba? The latest on Paul Pogba is PSG want him. The links between PSG and Paul Pogba are legit, but Manchester United are going to try their best to hold on to Paul Pogba. Now we sign Varane, I think it will be a little bit easier to try and convince Paul Pogba to stay as well. Like, now we sign Varane, we can maybe like try and draw Paul Pogba into staying. But like, look, this is who we've signed, guys. This is who we've signed. Varane and Sancho done. Varane and Sancho done. Literally, I mean, you know, what can I say? Varane is exactly what Harry needs next to him. Loads of pace, mega experience, and still has the discipline side to his game. Brilliant, brilliant comment there from Andrew and all of that. And Ollie will be sacked at Christmas. His tactics are shit, says Gaz Elliott. Well, if we sign Varane and we sign Sancho and we get a CDM, I hope that he won't be sacked because I think he has the tools to do well. And Young says, what a signing from Manchester United. Pogba should look at Varane and Sancho and think, okay, I'll sign now, which is a very, very good comment. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do go subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football for daily Manchester United content and all of that. The Varane, here we go, has been said. The deal is done. So, you know, you've got to slap that like button. You've got to subscribe down below. You know, Varane, here we go. Like you have to hit that like button. Like, the deal is done, guys. The deal is done. Varane to Man United is a done deal. Fabrizio Romano has obviously confirmed it. Expectations for the season now. Now we've got Sancho and Varane. Like, I do have quite high expectations for the season. You know, Sancho and Varane, we have to higher our expectations, you know. Like, it's going to be hard because we don't know what the CDM situation is. But now we sign Sancho, now we sign Varane. You have to think, can United challenge for a title? I think if we keep Pogba and we get a top CDM, there's no excuse not to be in a title race. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we keep Pogba and we sign a top CDM, there's now no excuse to not be in a title race. But it really depends on what window Man City have, what injuries other teams get. But I do think, you know, now we've got Varane, now we've got Sancho, we should really be pushing to big things, you know. You know, it's just, I think it's just about sorting out that midfield. Defence is sorted. We've got a solid back four defence line. The attack obviously is sorted. It is literally just about sorting everything else out. Honestly, it is. It's a matter of days till we see an official announcement of Varane. Solskjaer played a big part in the deal. He pushed every day, is what Fabrizio Romano said. We obviously have got that Raphaël Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. I'm going to go stalk Fabrizio Romano. But this is obviously what he said. For all of you guys that's just joined the live stream, this is obviously what Fabrizio Romano had to say regarding the deal. And I'm going to leave that on the stream because that is obviously the big news regarding Varane to Manchester United. Raphaël Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. Agreement almost done between Manchester United and Real Madrid. There's the final details to complete. Then paperwork's time. It's a matter of hours. Here we go. Obviously, that's the big news. Ruben Diaz over Varane. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Diaz is younger and all of that. Sancho said he screamed very loudly at work. Daniel Fleming says, do you think Man United will still go in for a CDM if Pogba stays? Well, we know from Fabrizio Romano that even if Pogba stays, we will still go in for Camavinga. But I think in terms of players like Declan Rice, Saul Niguez and Goretzka, I think that depends on the future of Paul Pogba and all of that. The United Arena said that Lindelof's communication will be the thing to look at with Varane. Victor often commands the high line. It's factually deeper when he's not playing. He's always communicating open spaces in the midfield and often dictates passing pockets in a pivot. There will be some adapting. That's what they had to say and all of that. But Varane, you know, is better than Bailly, Lindelof and Maguire. You know, he's won everything. And at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about Varane, like, you know, to get this guy for about 40 million quid, I think is a bargain, especially when you see Arsenal paying £50 million for fifth choice England centre-back Ben White, and you're getting a World Cup winner for £40 million, a 4-times Champions League winner for £40 million. You know, it is mad. I'm not dreaming. Like, this is legit. Like, Varane is going to join Manchester United. Varane is going to join Manchester United. Have Man United offered a club statement? Yeah, I am not sure. I am going to check the Instagram of any big people as well. Let's see what's been said over on the Instagram and all of that. Manchester United have posted, but it's nothing to do with Varane. How fucking boring. Post something about Varane. United haven't announced Varane. But I'd be absolutely shocked if United have announced Varane today. They'll probably announce Varane in the next few days. But we know the Varane deal is done. Fabrizio Romano said Varane to Manchester United. Here we go. Raphaël Varane from Real Madrid to Manchester United. Here we go. Obviously, Romano has confirmed that. So that is obviously the breaking news coming out today. But, like, I mean, I'd be absolutely shocked if Man United confirmed it today. But as I said, medical could be Wednesday. That's a rumour. But obviously has to quarantine, as Nick did say earlier. But, you know, that Varane agreement is very, very soon. You know, it's basically all done. We're just waiting for the final details to be done, the announcement, and hopefully we could see him in one of the pre-season games. You know, if all goes to plan, hopefully we will see Varane in one of the pre-season games. You know, hopefully that would be the case. Any questions for me, please do get them down below in the live chat. I'm going to answer out a few questions and all of that. We're going to talk about Raphaël Varane. We've got our here we go. The deal is done. Why not go and blab about Raphaël Varane? So what are your thoughts on Raphaël Varane, guys? How are you feeling about the Varane signing? Is anyone here not a big fan of the Varane signing? I'd actually like to see. You know, Chelsea fans are now complaining United have signed Varane and Sancho and all of that. But, you know, Chelsea, you're probably going to get Haaland, and look what you did last summer. So I don't think Chelsea fans should complain. But if I was a Chelsea fan, I definitely would be jealous and all of that. But, yeah, the Varane deal was done. Manchester United is finalising the plans for Varane and all of that. Final details need to be done. But Romano said is here we go, Varane to Manchester United. And I think that's the only thing that matters, is that you got here we go. From FABRIZIO Romano, there's no excuse from conceding a set piece now along with the set piece coach. Varane and the set piece coach, you know, we should not be conceding stupid goals and all of that. Maybe he's saying how bad the defending was in the pre-season friendly versus QPR made Man United hurry up on this deal, because this deal was slowing down and all of a sudden Man United just sped up this deal out of nowhere. And I think it was just that awful defending that we witnessed in a pre-season friendly. I mean, surely that's got that. I reckon Murta must have watched that pre-season friendly versus QPR, realised how shit we are at defending, and he must have gone to Real Madrid. All right, you know what? We'll pay the money. We're going to do the deal this week. You know, we need him now. We need him now. Honestly, I think that's probably what they've done, honestly. But absolute mad one. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. And you've got to hit that like button. Like, if you haven't hit that like button, you are mad. If you've not hit the like button on this video, you are mad. I've just gone to hit the like button on my own video, hence why you can hear a stupid advert playing. Because we've signed Varane, like the deal is happening. We do now have 100 likes. That's good. We now have 100 likes. So let's go for 200 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get 200 likes by the end of the stream. So please hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Let's see if we can get 200 likes by the end of the stream. Andrew says, never understand the Varane criticism. He was at the heart of those title-winning sides for club and country for so many seasons. It's just, people hating on Varane is just jealousy. Yeah, we could come to the Premier League, not be that good, he could flop. But at the end of the day, even if Varane isn't as good as we think he is, he's still going to be an improvement on Lindelof. And to win that many trophies, you've got to be a good player. Like, you might not be able to adapt. But look, Thiago Silva was shocking his first couple of games for Chelsea. And then he got really good. Rebuild says, see how deals work when the owners are motivated. Unfortunately, their motivation is simply to shut the fans up, which is a solid point there. You know, I said back in April, if you go to my live stream back in April when the Liverpool game was called off, I quoted in that live stream, I bet you Man United are going to go out and have a really good transfer window. I bet you we're going to sign Sancho. I bet you we're going to spend a lot of money on the centre-back, because I said the Glazers need to win the fans back. And as bad as it sounds, the only way they're going to win some fans back is if they have a fuck-off transfer window. And I said in a video back in April, you can go, if you go back to that video and you want to watch the whole 2 hours, I probably wouldn't. But somewhere in that video, I remember saying, I might clip it, I said, we're going to have a good transfer window. We're going to sign Sancho. We're going to sign a top centre-back. And we're probably going to sign a third player. So I reckon we're going to have a good transfer window to shut the fans up, because they fucked up the Super League. Woodward is gone. There's a lot of pressure on the Glazers. We hadn't had a good transfer window for a while. I said, you guys think I might have been optimistic, but I sat there and I said in April, we're going to have a good transfer window. And you were right to doubt me when I said that. A lot of people were right to doubt me when I said that, because Man United are the kings of disappointment in the transfer window. But I just knew the minute we got that Liverpool game called off, the minute the Glazers came out with that apology, the minute they started going on the fan forum with a second apology, I knew the Glazers were shitting it, because the protests hurt their pockets. I knew the Glazers were shitting it. And I just knew we were going to have a good chance to win. And we've got Sancho and we've got Varane. But most importantly, we've got Sancho and we signed Varane before August, giving us a whole month to focus on getting rid of the deadwood and bringing in a midfielder. You can easily do that in a month, Manchester United. If you can sign Sancho and Varane in the same month, you can easily get rid of the deadwood and bring in a midfielder in the next month. And I think that is the big news coming out and all of that. But I think that's massive. Here we go for Raphaël Varane and all of that. Who's next, Alice? Who's next? Camavinga and Trippier. Now the Varane deal is done, basically. Now the Varane deal is basically done. Obviously, we're just waiting for paperwork, medical, and announcement. But now the Varane deal is basically done. Keep an eye on the Trippier rumours. Keep an eye on the Camavinga rumours. I think we're going to hear a lot more about Camavinga in the next week. I think we're going to hear a lot more about Camavinga. Ollie Paul says, this guy, and I rate Varane. Mr. Randomizer says, hopefully Varane and Sancho play either Brentford or Everton for pre-season. I think they'll be involved in the Everton game, but Varane won't be completed by Wednesday. Yes, the deal's done, but he's got to have medical official announcement, sign off some things. Sancho might be involved in the Preston game, but both Sancho and Varane will not be involved in Wednesday's game. Finally, time for Jones to give up his number 4 shirt. I mean, hopefully United will ship out Phil Jones. It'll be interesting to see what number Varane gets, but I think, you know, if Phil Jones goes, I'm not giving away my number 4 shirt, you might as well just poison him. Like, do you know what I mean? It'll be a bit stupid. And United is still a massive club despite the Glazers' worst efforts in the last 15 years or so. Just start operating the right way and going forward, our project could be stable again. It does look like we're going in the right direction. Now, next transfer window, we're probably going to have a shit transfer window. Yes, let's be honest. But it does look like we are a step in the right direction. Real Madrid and Manchester United are finalising the details for the Varane transfer, and agreements should be found in the next few hours. But Sancho's done, Varane's done. You've signed an up-and-coming world-class youngster. You signed a world-class established centre-back. You need to keep Pogba. You need to get a CDM. And I think we can challenge for the title. Do I think we'll win the title? Probably not, because Man City will probably buy Grealish and Kane and buy. And we've got Chelsea and we've got Liverpool for competition. You know, the Premier League is the hardest league in the world to win. But, like, it's now midfielder time. Like, the Varane deal was done. I tell you, in the next week, we're going to be hearing a lot about Camavinga. We're going to be hearing a lot about Neves, probably a bit about Declan Rice and a bit about Trippier. Those 4 players, I think, will be linked to throughout August, you know. Sancho and Varane done, but August is going to be the midfielder time. But, yeah, here we go, Varane to Manchester United. Man United do confirm the site. Well, Fabrizio Romano does confirm that Manchester United have signed Raphaël Varane. That is the big breaking news coming in. Any questions for me, guys? Please do pop them down below and all of that. Any questions for me, do pop them down below in the live chat. Please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're new to the channel as well, and hit that like button. I'm on the road to 16,000 subscribers, so we have signed Raphaël Varane. And if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm just changing the description. Varane to Manchester United. Done deal confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Boom. Man United have signed Varane. I'm very, very excited. As you can see, I'm repeating myself. But breaking, Varane to Manchester United. Done deal confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Just changing the title of this live stream. I'm going to read out a few live chats. Big up Alice now for a CDM. I think we can all agree on that. And Jaden Sanchez says, hopefully Varane fixes our defensive issues on the pitch and training ground. Hopefully. He's a leadership. He's very, very experienced. You know, that I think also Varane will be playing on the right-hand side. And what I'm really interested to see going into next season is Wan-Bissaka's positioning has been awful in the last year, and he tucks in a lot. I'm not sure if he tucks in to protect Lindelof, but Varane will be playing right centre-back. Maguire will be playing left centre-back. I think it'll be really interesting to see how this Varane signing affects Wan-Bissaka. Is Wan-Bissaka still going to tuck in next to Varane? Varane could improve Wan-Bissaka. You know, I think, you know, Lindelof pulls Wan-Bissaka down. Wan-Bissaka's positioning is questionable. Wan-Bissaka has to drop back a lot and protect Lindelof. You know, Wan-Bissaka really does have to protect Lindelof. I do also think about how is this Varane deal going to help Wan-Bissaka as well, because Varane will be the right-sided centre-back, I believe. Varane will be the right side of centre-back. Diego says we only need 81 likes, 200 likes, so keep hitting that like button. United have signed Raphaël Varane, so, you know, keep smashing that like button. No excuse not to smash that like button. And Mr. Randomizer says top 4 teams is Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United and Chelsea for next season. I agree. I will do Premier League predictions on August 13th, the day before the season starts. I will be doing my Premier League predictions video on the channel, so do subscribe for that. I will do Premier League predictions the day before. And also on my second channel, the one with Alice, I am going to do a fantasy football video this week as well. So big stuff to come on both channels, so make sure you are subscribed and all of that. Goat says, hey Alice, saying trash has a limited Wan-Bissaka is trash because of I misread the comment, but yeah, I think Varane's going to improve Wan-Bissaka's positioning. We know Wan-Bissaka's positioning is questionable. Varane, look, the back line is Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, we know is been world class for a year. Whether you like Luke Shaw or not, he's been world class for a year. Wan-Bissaka's very, very young. He's very, very solid defensively. He's improving going forward. Wan-Bissaka's weakness last season was not his going forward. It was his positioning. It was his positioning. He, and he had to tuck in and he had to protect Lindelof. Varane, I think, is going to improve Wan-Bissaka. I think Sancho playing on the right side is going to improve Wan-Bissaka. I think this will be a massive season for Wan-Bissaka. Yes, he was awful versus QPR, but Rashford right wing, Varane right centre back, they're either way of Wan-Bissaka. Two good players around him. I think they're going to improve Wan-Bissaka. I think our backline's going to improve. I said it time and time again. I said it on the channel. When we play Bailly and Maguire, we don't play McFred. When we play Tuanzebe and Maguire, we don't play McFred. We only play McFred when Lindelof plays because they need to sit back and protect Lindelof and Maguire. Because Lindelof and Maguire are slow, they need to be protected. So Wan-Bissaka tucks in, the two CDMs tuck in. Now you have Varane. You don't need the need for McFred because Varane has pace. Varane has the experience. The centre-backs do not need to be protected as much. Wan-Bissaka will not have to do as much protecting of Varane because Varane is better than Lindelof. So Varane doesn't just improve the defence. He improves the midfield because you don't need to play McFred once you sign Varane because McFred's role is purely protecting the centre-backs. Now the centre-backs are better, they don't need as much protection. So now you're not playing McFred, you can have a more attacking midfield, which means Man United can have the ball more and play the ball forward more. We play a restricted defensive style of football with McFred because they don't have the quality to progress the ball forward quickly like Pogba and Bruno does. Now you can play a 4-3-3. Now you've signed Varane, you don't need two CDMs to protect Varane and Maguire because they're experienced. And we saw Oli trying out the 4-3-3 in pre-season. Yes, it didn't work versus QPR, but he did a 4-3-3 with Pereira, Lingard and Matic, who apart from Lingard, the other two of them are done at United. They're crap. Oli wants to play a 4-3-3 next season. We know he does. Signing Varane enables Oli to play that 4-3-3. He wants to play a 4-3-3 with Bruno, Pogba and probably a CDM. I think that's what Oli wants to do. Varane, okay, he improves the defence, he'll improve Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's positionally should be better next to Varane. Varane will improve Maguire. Maguire looks better next to Stones. Maguire looks better next to Bailly. Maguire does not work with Lindelof. Centre-backs is about partnership. He improves Maguire. He improves the communication on the back. You don't have to play McFred, so we can play that 4-3-3 expansive football with Raphaël Varane. And we know Oli wants to play 4-3-3. He tried it in pre-season. It worked horribly because he did have Pereira and Matic, and all I go is now Varane is done, you just need a CDM. Even if we sell Paul Pogba, we just need a CDM because a CDM, Donny and Bruno is a good 4-3-3. We've seen Donny and Matic play together versus Wolves. We saw Donny and Matic play together versus Leicester. Donny and Matic work 10 times better than McFred. And the only reason we played Donny and Matic is because in those games we had Tuanzebe and Bailly playing together at the back that both have pace. When we play McFred, we don't play Donny and Matic because McFred needs as much protection as possible. Now you have Maguire and Varane. You could see Donny and Matic over McFred. Obviously, Matic is kind of done and can't play that much. So all we need to add to the puzzle piece is a CDM. Even if Pogba stays, even if Pogba goes. Look, back four, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Varane, Wan-Bissaka. A CDM, Donny and Bruno at a 4-3-3. Pogba and Bruno in a 4-3-3. Even McTominay and Bruno in a 4-3-3 because McTominay's best games for Manchester United have come as a box-to-box. And Fred, when he played next to Casemiro, who's an out-and-out CDM at the Copa America, did amazing in the box-to-box role because believe it or not, Fred, McTominay, Donny and Bruno are all box-to-box midfielders. So, all you need is a CDM. And Varane enables you to play a 4-3-3 because now that we don't need to protect Lindelof, all you need to play a 4-3-3 is a CDM. You've got multiple choices at box-to-box. You've got Bruno Fernandes. And obviously with Sancho, the attack is sorted. So I generally think we are a CDM away from becoming a very, very good team now the Varane deal is done. Any questions for me, please do pop them down below in the live chat. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're new to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. This guy says Donny van der Beek was Pogba's replacement. I believe Donny was Pogba's replacement. I think that's why we must have signed him, because to sign a player and never play him, surely Donny was the Pogba replacement. Oh, this is a very, very nice graphic of Varane on my screen. Let me I'm going to show you this. This is a very, very nice graphic on my screen. Someone's made this. It's not United that's made it. It is this one, I think. No, not that one. It is. Wait a sec. I'm trying to share something. Look at that. That is what we want to see. That is exactly what we want to see. You can't argue with that, can you? But I do think that we must have signed Donny van der Beek because we knew Pogba was going to leave this summer. Honestly, I just think we must have signed Donny van der Beek for that reason. because Donny ain't playing. And I do think even if Pogba goes, you need to sign a CDM. The Irish guy tweeted, no club has ever signed two such contrasting players who play the same position as Man United this summer. And everyone's just talking about the Varane signing. It's nice to see rival fans getting a bit salty about the Varane deal. Varane is trending on Twitter. Dan James is also trending on Twitter, but it's probably not for the positive reasons that Varane is trending on Twitter. We've paid less money for Varane and Sancho than Arsenal did for Pepe and Ben White. Just remember, we paid less money for Varane and Sancho than Arsenal did for Pepe and Ben White. So best bit of business. We've done a lot of shit business, but this is some of the best business we've done in a while. I'm just trying to see if any salty rival fans have said anything about Varane and all of this. But on Friday, Sancho was announced. On Saturday, Ollie's contract was extended. And on Monday, Varane has signed. So not a bad few days. Varane to Manchester United is a matter of hours away, but the deal is done. Obviously waiting for it to be officially announced and all of that. Romano said the reasons why Raphaël Varane is leaving Real Madrid is he likes the prospect of playing in the Premier League for a top European club like Man United, which is a very special club to him, and the prospect of playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was pushing for him every day. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer managed to bring Van der Beek, Sancho, and Varane to Manchester United. So Ole and Bruno, Ole does have some kind of pull, whether you're Ole in or Ole out. For a manager that's won fuck all, he does have some kind of pull. So I'm not going to argue with that. Many clubs wanted Varane, but Varane only wanted Manchester United, and that is the massive thing. Apparently, loads of clubs are in for Varane, so Fabrizio Romano, but he only wanted Manchester United. We beat Chelsea and we beat PSG to Raphaël Varane. We beat Chelsea and PSG to Raphaël Varane. I don't know how, and that makes me think, you know, now this Varane deal is done, we're going to be linked to Camavinga a lot. Camavinga is the third strongest player we've been linked to after Varane and Sancho, because we know Rennes have to sell Camavinga. We know Man United have been discussions with Camavinga and his agents. We know from Romano, as he said last week, Man United will focus on Camavinga once the Varane deal is done. I think the Camavinga to Manchester United news stories are massively going to heat up, and I think, you know what, if we can beat PSG and Chelsea to Varane, let's see if we can beat them to Camavinga, because Camavinga might be sitting there going, they've signed Varane, they've signed Sancho. If I join, I could be part of this future team, which looks like it's going the right way. And I think Paul Pogba could be more likely to stay now. So I do think August is going to be a massive month, you know. I mean, July was a massive month. We signed Jadon Sancho, we signed Raphaël Varane. July has been a massive fucking month for Manchester United. But I do think August could be a big month for Manchester United, because we know that Camavinga, Trippier, Neves, Sal, Goretzka, Declan Rice, we know all those stories are going to heat up now this Varane deal is done. We know from Romano, as soon as the Varane deal is done, we are going in for Camavinga. We also like Trippier. We know that. And if we look, Varane only wanted Manchester United, Fabrizio Romano said. Like, he didn't want Chelsea, he didn't want PSG, he wanted United. And it's between us, Real Madrid, PSG and Chelsea for Camavinga. And you know what? It'd be hard to get Camavinga with all that competition, but if we can get Varane, we can get Camavinga. And I think that is massive news as well and all that. But Varane and Sancho in one window is absolutely amazing. Look, I said in March, you know, I want Man United to sign Declan Rice, Varane and Jadon Sancho. But if we sign two of them, I'd be happy. And I'm very, very happy with this transfer window. But I still think, you know what, defence is sorted, attack is sorted. What a disappointing waste it would be of a transfer window not to get a CDM. Because I believe, and I said it earlier, I said it 5 minutes ago, we are one signing away from winning the Premier League, and that is the CDM. Because even if Pogba stays, even if Pogba goes, a CDM, Donny in the box-to-box role, Bruno is a title-winning midfield. We know how good Donny van der Beek is. Donny played really well with Matic. We've got a defence that is now fucking solid. We've obviously got the attacker Dream, scored the second most goals last season. Now we're adding Sancho to that. It was the set-piece goals that let us down last season. Now we've got Varane in and a set-piece coach. So we signed a top set-piece coach. We signed Varane. So defensively, we should be conceding less goals and a lot less goals from set-pieces. And only Leeds conceded more goals from set-pieces than us last season. So we could save about 9 points just on set-pieces with Varane and the set-piece coach. Attacking-wise, we scored the second most goals and we've added a young world-class attacker. All we need to do is sort out that midfield. And I say it time and time again, we can challenge for a title if we sort out that midfield. We can, because you need a CDM, because what McTominay, I think, is a good box-to-box player. Fred was doing bits of Copa America next to Casemiro in the box-to-box role. Donny, when he played in the box-to-box role with Matic, was brilliant. We know what Pogba can do with Matic, but Matic can't do it anymore. You need to get rid of Matic. You need to get rid of replacement. You've got the whole of August to do that. You can win a Premier League. you can win a Premier. If you sign Sancho, you sign Varane, just get Matic replaced, and I think we can win a Premier League and all of that. If you're new, please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. It's the big Varane deal done. Live stream, as I promised on the channel, the second we sign Varane, I will be live, and I was live about 5 minutes after the Romano. Here we go. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because when we sign on the third signing in the summer, if we're about to sign Camavinga, there'll be a live stream. You know, if we sign a player, there'll be a live stream. If we're about to sign a player, there will be a live stream. If we sell a player, there'll be a live stream. So if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, please do subscribe to the channel, because there will be a live stream to update you on every player we sign, every deal that happens, and all of that. So keep hitting that like button, keep subscribing down below, and all of that, because I will update you on all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. What number will Raphaël Varane get? It's a question I've been asked a lot. I'm going to go number 4. Maybe he can take it off thingamajiggy, but you never know. And personal terms with Varane have been agreed. United made progress on a fee with Real Madrid, initially wanting 50 million for the centre-back, but United are looking to persuade Real Madrid to come down from that price, and that has been agreed, but that has been said by the Mirror. I think it will be 50 million euros, which is about 40 to 45 million pounds, which is about 5-10 million pounds less than Arsenal paid for Ben White. And it wouldn't be an Alice Talks Football video if I didn't banter Arsenal. And we have just signed Sancho and Varane for less money than Arsenal spent on Pepe and Ben White. So you have to say it was very, very good business there. And obviously there's rumours that his medical will be Wednesday, and he will probably join up for the Everton game in pre-season and all of that. But that was a cool graphic I found on my screen for Varane, so I thought I'd put that in. But I'm going to go back to the Fabrizio Romano tweet and all of that for you guys. So, you know, let that sink in. Obviously, that is the news. That's what's been said and all of that. But unless you've been living on a rock, I think we all know that the Varane deal is a done deal, which is beautiful, and it's what we love to see. So if you're happy that Manchester United have signed Varane, please slap that like button. Of course, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and all of that. People saying that Varane might have to quarantine for 2 weeks before his medical. Robert says this channel is more insightful than most, to the point. Thank you very much, Robert. I'm trying to read out as many live chats as possible. Of course, do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. Hashtag we love Fabrizio. Fabrizio Romano is a national treasure. I saw someone tweet this today, actually, that Fabrizio Romano has completely changed journalism, but in like a good way. And he really has, because I don't think there's ever been a football journalist that's been so social media big as Fabrizio Romano. Like, he's got millions of followers on Instagram and Twitter, millions on YouTube. There's a lot of journalists that, you know, you would read and people would know, but this guy's kind of changed journalism and made it more almost mainstream and more social media savvy. And he's really advanced the technologies. Like, he's very, very involved in the YouTube scene. And obviously he's an incredible journalist, but I think almost YouTube has helped journalists grow in terms of reaching a younger audience, if you get what I mean, because, you know, Romano was always a very, very good journalist, and he went on all these YouTube channels, and I think that helped him go. And I think, you know, everyone knows who Romano is, and I think he's a fantastic journalist, and he's definitely like changed the journalism of football and stuff. You know, he's the biggest journalist in football. He does all these podcasts, he goes on all these channels. You know, he doesn't just stick to newspapers, he does it all, and he's completely changed journalism for the better way. You know, Fabrizio Romano is an incredible journalist and all of that. Apparently, Arsenal were in for Tammy Abraham, which don't know why Tammy would want to go to Arsenal and all of that. But also, Travis Sinclair said he'd rather spend 40 million on Tammy Abraham than 150 million on Harry Kane if he was Manchester City, which is an interesting quote. And Varane to Manchester United is a done deal. But you know what? A midfielder and we are sorted. A midfielder and we are fucking sorted. There's also a rumour about Jules Koundé to Manchester United. He's going to join as well as Varane. That's a load of bullshit. It came from the Daily Mail. So, you know, if you're asking about the Jules Koundé rumours, it came from the Daily Mail and all of that. Just got a text. Let me find this. And all of that. But yeah, any questions to me, please do pop them down below in the live chat. But we were talking about Romano. This is how it feels to be City. This is how it feels to be small. You lose Aguero, you sign Jadon Sancho, Sancho says Avato. And Jones shouldn't even have a number to still be injured. And Jones hasn't played a game for nearly 2 years. We need a here we go from Romano. I mean, Telemengi's playing over Phil Jones. We've got a here we go from Romano. We've got a here we go from Romano on my screen. Awesome, a CDM away from doing stuff. We are a CDM away from doing stuff. Only 27 likes away from 200 likes, guys. So you've got to slap that like button. We've just signed Raphaël Varane. There's no excuse to not hit that like button. We've just signed Varane. We've just signed Varane. Man United have gone and fucking signed Varane. So, yeah. Mr. Randomizer says James Maddison would be a joke player if he joined Arsenal and not stayed in Europe with Leicester. He would be. Very, very good point there. Very good point there. And all of that. But, yeah, massive. Please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football. By the way, it's a step to date with daily Manchester United news. But this is very impressive. You know, Varane, as I've said time and time again, Varane and Sancho before the end of July, I think is fantastic and all of that. Which CDM would you prefer? Look, I think Declan Rice would have the most short-term impact. I think Ndidi would be the best CDM we could get, but I know like Ndidi to Manchester United isn't really that realistic. You know, you'd have to deal with Leicester. Like, my dream CDM would be someone like Ndidi and Kimmich. I would take Camavinga. I'd take Declan Rice. I'd take Zakaria. I'd take that. Oh, what's his name? He starts with a T. He plays for Monaco. The one that plays for Monaco. Forgot his name. Oh, that's really good of me, isn't it? I'd take. I mean, honestly, the thing is, I would take about 50 different CDMs at Man United because, like, I think with centre backs, there was only Varane and Koundé were the only centre backs I wanted because we had centre backs at Man United that were decent. But we don't have a CDM at Man United other than Matic. So I'm at the point where I would take a lot of CDMs. Like, I would take almost anyone just to not play McFred next season, as bad as that sounds. But I'm really annoyed. What's the name of the CDM that plays for Monaco? What's the name of the CDM that plays for Monaco? It's Tchouaméni or something. Oh, is that how you say his name? Tchouaméni? I think that's the name of. That's it. That's the one. Paulinho, also a good CDM. There's a lot of good CDMs. Neves isn't really an out-and-out CDM, but I take him. Give us Basuma. I take Basuma. I think Brighton want Daniel James. I'd offer them 20 million and Daniel James to see if we can get Basuma. Nick Morris said he read yesterday that Zakaria wants out and will not be signing a new contract as he wants to leave this summer. That'll be really interesting because he has 1 year left on his deal. So Zakaria, like Camavinga, is a player that will have to leave his club this summer or go on a free. And which CDM would I prefer? As I said, so anyone. I would say, can we afford Rice? We could only get Declan Rice if Paul Pogba left. Look, if we keep Paul Pogba and sign Declan Rice, I will give £100 away on this channel. Like, I 100% will give £100 away on this channel if, you know, that happened. But, like, I don't believe that will happen. So, you know, if you think we're going to get Declan Rice, then do subscribe to the channel. I will give £100 away. Raphaël Varane may have dipped slightly from his peak years, but he's got immense winning experience plus real quality. This is what Laurie Whitwell had to say on the signing. Worked, stepped up once Manchester United sorted the Sancho deal. They're both going to be ready for the start of the season at reasonable prices. The good thing about this Varane and Sancho deal is they will be here for the start of the season. They will be here at the start of the season and all of that. But we're obviously exposing rival fans on Twitter as well. You know, people saying Varane's a shit signing and all of that. But yeah, that's quite funny as well. Zakaria on FIFA 22. Zakaria is a sick FIFA card. I haven't played FIFA for years, but I remember his FIFA 17 card or 18 card. Sorry. Camavinga's defensive stats are apparently excellent, better than all our mid targets. I just worry Ollie will give him enough minutes. Yeah, that's the situation as well. You've got to think, you know, we know Varane's going to come in and bench Lindelof. You know, when we were linked to Pau Torres and Jules Koundé and Christian Romero, I was like, are they going to come in and bench Lindelof? I don't know, but you know Varane is. But will Camavinga bench McFred? Because if Donny can't bench McFred, can Camavinga bench McFred? But then I do say, now we've got Varane, I think Donny van der Beek will get more game time because we only played McFred to protect Maguire and Lindelof. When we played Axel Tuanzebe and Baye as a partnership, it was Donny and Matic. Because they've got pace, you don't need that protection. And I honestly sit here and I think, you know what? Donny could get more game time now with Sam Varane because we won't be playing McFred as much now with Sam Varane because Varane has pace. And I do think, you know, Camavinga could get game time. You know, he's not going to play Camavinga if Lindelof's behind him because he's unexperienced. But if you've got Varane behind him, I think Ollie's more likely to take a gamble on Camavinga, more likely to take a gamble on Van der Beek as well. So, yeah. Mr. Randomizer says Kimmich, Kessie, Phillips, Rice, Basuma, Casemiro, Zakaria, Camavinga, all fantastic CDMs we need. And that's only to list like half of them. There's so many CDMs that we could get. And, you know, we've got the whole of August to get a CDM. So I'd be really disappointed if Man U didn't sign a CDM now. We've got those two deals done in July. We've got a whole month to get a good CDM, and there's a lot out there. And if you look outside the Premier League, there's a lot of CDMs out there for a very, very reasonable price. James is staying now, as Rashford will be out for 2 to 3 months, maybe longer. With Martial being sold, he'll bring in 50 million for another signing. I don't believe the news about Martial leaving, because with Rashford's injury, it's like, okay, Rashford's injured, let's keep Mata, James and Amad Diallo around and sell Martial. I'm like, no, keep Martial around and sell Daniel James. But be interesting to see what happens with the future of Daniel James and all of that. Premier League proven that Rice and Neves. What's after Varane? I'd say Trippier and Camavinga are the two to keep an eye out, but you never know. I mean, I think anyone would play Martial over Daniel James. What do you think of Donny van de Beek playing as a CDM? Well, not on his own. He can play in the pivot. I think he can play in the pivot really, really well, but not on his own. Alice, is it true Martial plus cash Haaland swap deal has not come from a reliable source? And Romano said multiple times, we won't go for Haaland, we won't go for Ronaldo. Now Cavani signed a new one-year deal, we won't be going for a striker. I think we're looking at Haaland next summer if he doesn't leave Dortmund this summer, but I don't believe that story is true. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was pushing for the Varane transfer, as this guy did mention. My Twitter notifications have just gone off again, and it's just here we go about Varane, another here we go about Varane to Manchester United coming out. But as you can see on the screen, big news regarding Manchester United and Varane. We have signed Varane, and I just hope we can get CDM and all of that. Chelsea fans saying that Van Dijk, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Ruben Diaz and John Stones is all better than Raphaël Varane. And I'm like, well, actually, Maguire's better than Rudiger, Maguire's better than Stones, and Varane's better than both. So obviously, you've got people already calling Varane shit. You love to see it. Rent-free. Fabrizio Romano said on Raphaël Varane's news to Manchester United, it will take some days for the initial announcement. And Camavinga next. Fabrizio Romano is going to give us an update about Camavinga in the next few days. And everyone's just saying they were buzzing. This Varane deal was definitely needed. It's just a matter of time till everything is completed regarding Varane to Manchester United. But the deal is done, the deal is happening. It's just a matter of time until it's all completed. Nick says, I think James is being kept as he shows more hunger than Martial. Doesn't walk around like Martial. Yeah, could be right with that. Andrew says, still hope James gets sold. Sancho could go left while Rashi is out, and we have a lot of promising options to rotate on the right, like Palestri. You've got Greenwood, you've got Amad Diallo, you've even got, Martial that can play on the left and Sancho on the right, and obviously lots of options up top. And of course, please, only 6 likes away from 200 likes, so please do hit that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. We never filled 2 needed positions with the topmost possible targets. We do need to get a CDM, 5 likes away from 200 likes, so please guys do smash that like button. 5 likes away from 200 likes. We've signed Raphaël Varane, so if you don't smash that like button, you're weird. We've just signed Varane. The announcement is probably a couple days away, but United have just signed Raphaël fucking Varane. I'm absolutely gassed. I'm absolutely gassed, by the way, that we signed Varane. For me, it's such a good signing. What I am going to do is, though, while you guys are in the live stream and all of that, please vote me at the Football Content Awards. I've been tagged in this a lot on Instagram. I came second in an award last year. I'd really like to win an award this year. I can qualify for Best Club Content Creator, Premier League, Best New Content Creator, and Best Young Content Creator. So if you click on the link there, and you can nominate loads of people. You can put any other YouTubers in. You could put like Eunice Talks Football in. You could put like loads of different football YouTubers in there. But please do vote me for these 3 that I've mentioned here, and click on the link to vote for me while you're in the live stream if you haven't done that, because that would be a lot. And Pogba to stay after Varane, here we go, is a topic to be discussing. Could Paul Pogba stay now? I do think signing Sancho, signing Varane, Varane chose us over PSG because, he has ambition. No, I'm joking. But I do think United could very, very easily keep Paul Pogba now. I just think, the thing is, we did use the Europa League final and all of that. But I just think, you sign Varane, you sign Sancho, surely we can keep Paul Pogba. Surely we can keep Paul Pogba. It's only PSG that can get Paul Pogba. And what kind of Paul do PSG have? Link to vote for me is in the description. But please do go to the Football Content Awards and vote me for Best Young Content Creator, Best New Content Creator, and Best Premier League Club Content Creator. That would mean a lot. And Nick Morris said United want Koundé now if they don't get Trippier, as he can play right back, centre back, with Bailly being sold and Jones being paid off to leave as a free. You know what? If we can get 20 million off of Bailly, we can pay off Phil Jones to leave on a free, and we get Jules Koundé, I'm not going to complain whatsoever. Plus, they were just rubbing the salt Spurs because he did kind of pie Spurs off. I wouldn't complain, but I think for me it's really, really important that we do focus on the CDM. And Diego says, congratulations on getting Varane. I'm super gassed we got Varane. Obviously, the announcement is a couple of days away, but I am super gassed we got Varane. Ahmed is the one I'm looking forward to seeing. The only situation is we've kept Mata here on a new one-year deal, and we're going to keep Dan James here. And knowing Ollie, he's going to play Dan James and Mata over Amad Diallo. And I generally think Palestra and Amad Diallo will offer more on the right wing next season than Mata, who's experienced, and Daniel James. I generally do believe that. And it really frustrates me that we've given Mata a new one-year deal. It really frustrates that we might keep Daniel James around, because I'm like, Palestri, Amad Diallo, you brought them in last summer and you're going to play Mata over them. I think it's absolutely mad. I think it's absolutely mad. We are Manchester United lovers Indonesia. We're happy it's not fake news. The Varane deal was done, but they won't be announcing for a couple of days. When Romano gives a here we go Varane to Manchester United, it basically means the deal is done. Nothing to worry about. Vote for Alice if your Glazers out. Please do vote me for the Football Content Awards. The link to that is in the description, as well as hitting that like button and subscribing. But to sum up the news for everyone, because we obviously got big news that the Varane deal was done. Varane to Manchester United, we got a here we go from FABRIZIO Romano. The deal is done. It will be officially announced in the coming days. There's still things to do. We're still waiting for the official agreement, but it will happen. You've got here we go from Romano. Like, it's 99.99% it's going to happen. Like, there's more chance of me getting struck by lightning than this deal failing. But, do you know what I mean? There was a massive lightning storm last night where I live, actually. But there's more chance of me getting struck by lightning than this deal failing now. This deal will happen. Medical needs to happen. Some paperwork needs to be done. Could be like the Sancho deal where it won't be announced for a couple of days, couple of weeks. But it was like this time last week, we knew Sancho was a United player. It just hadn't been announced. That's kind of the situation with Varane. United might do a social media announcement in the next few days to say it's happening. And then after his medical, they will do an official announcement. But for all of you guys, you've got that FABRIZIO Romano. Here we go. So nothing to worry about regarding Varane to Manchester United. And a lot of the top English journalists are talking about the deal being done, talking about it being a good move and all of that. And Romano obviously went on the United standard, so it's just a matter of time until everything's completed. He said on Thursday and Friday, Varane and his agents told Real Madrid there's no way he will extend his contract, which helped high up the deal. FABRIZIO Romano also did mention that. And Pogba is not close to joining PSG. The situation has been the same. Nothing has advanced. FABRIZIO Romano also had that to say, as well as his Varane. Here we go. He said the price will be done for around 50 million euros. So we're going to sign Varane for about 40 million quid, which is less money than Arsenal paid for Ben White. So very, very good business there as well. That's the summary on Varane to Manchester United. And now the deal is done. I think the Camavinga links are going to escalate in the next couple of days. You know, the Varane links massively escalated after we got the Sancho. Here we go. Now we've got the Varane. Here we go. I do think the Camavinga links could completely escalate soon. But that's just a summary of everything I've talked about in today's live stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe down below. But it is confirmed, but it's not officially confirmed by the club. But Romano has confirmed that he's a Tier 1 journalist. And Varane to Man United is a good deal, but if they are not done yet in the transfer window, because getting to City's, Liverpool and Chelsea's level, they really need a good keeper. I think keeper's the least of our worries. I still think De Gea's a top keeper. For me, it's all about the CDM. I don't care who we sign next. I just want it to be a CDM. For me, it's about CDM. But all of that. But the Varane to Man United deal is confirmed by FABRIZIO Romano. So there's more chance of me being struck by lightning than this deal not happening now. So please do hit that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're not already. If you have not already, please go to the link in the description and vote me in the Football Content Awards for Best Young Content Creator, Best New Content Creator, and Best Premier League Club Content Creator. Please do go into the Football Content Awards. Link in the description, link in the chat, and vote me for these awards. If you had any questions for me in the live chat and I was unable to answer them in today's live stream, I will be live tomorrow and I might even be live again tonight. So please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football, put post notifications on. And if you had any questions for me that I did not answer in today's live stream, I will try and answer them in tonight's live stream if I do one, but I will definitely be doing a live stream tomorrow. So any questions I was unable to answer, any live chats I was unable to answer, just subscribe, put post notifications on, and I will try and answer them into my next live stream. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share this video. Varane is a red. Hopefully United will announce the deal in the next couple of days. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in the live chat. Please go vote. Please go subscribe.